Greetings, fellow adventurers. Timberwolf here, another Diablo 4 adventure. Just a quick shout out, as usual. My videos are primarily meant for either newer gamers or people that just don't spend a great deal of time, studying and reading, and just like to get in there and have some fun. Okay, so just kind of like hands-on stuff, right? So what I'm doing now, obviously, when you get into higher levels, 90 plus, you're getting closer to what they call meta, or also end game. Basically, all that means, now you've seen in my previous videos, and I'll just show you a really quick glance at it. There is a tremendous room for growth in Diablo 4 as far as your character's concerned, as far as becoming more powerful. Each one of these nodes is an increase in your power, right? And look at all of these boards, and there's still I think 5 more boards I can go with. So there is a tremendous room for growth here, almost unlimited growth, really. So there is really no such thing as end game. You're always growing and always growing more powerful. So part of that growth is, of course, you want more powerful gear. And so you got to farm that, and the way to farm that is, well, you can do things like, if you go to, where I'm at right now, this is like the blood harvest in here. You can farm some of the bosses in here for some decent stuff, but they don't usually drop uniques. And there's a few uniques that are super powerful that'll really help you out. Some people don't really care for the uniques. They say that, the regular legend, the regular, what do you call them? Let's see. Yeah, the ancestrals. So it goes from legendary to sacred to ancestral is the gear tier climb, right? Ancestral is considered the best, and they they like some of their ancestral gear better than some of the uniques. But I found, for my purposes, with the way I play my rogue, there are a few uniques that are extremely useful and powerful. One of them, of course, is Condemnation, which allows me to really bank on the combo ability that the rogue has. Another one is X-Val's Corroded Signet. This allows me to, it really maximizes the damage, taking advantage of one of the rogue specialties, which is Lucky Hit. And also, of course, doing maximizing the damage over time effect, which is what Frost and Poison are. Those are damage over time effects, and so this actually allows you to hit things harder, taking advantage of that right away. And another one I'm using, I think actually those are the only two I've got. Oh yeah, Penitent Greaves. That just gives me some frost power without having to, really take up any more board room or use any more of my special abilities. So it's just free frost damage right there in my ad. It just gives me another element of power, which to me I think is a great idea, right? Couple of things I'm looking for. I'm really interested in trying out Frostburn, the gauntlets. I want to see if that's going to be better than what I'm using here. Maybe not, but it's worth a try. And then there's a set of pants I'm looking for too. Something tells me that I'm going to have to farm Duriel to get them. Duriel, of course, is one of the higher tier bosses. In order to get to him, though, you have to get through 2 others. Vashan, who we already saw in one of my previous videos, his lair is over by the Whispering Tree, and I showed you how to beat him. He's not that hard once you get up there. And the next guy that I'm going after is Gregoire. Now, Gregoire, in order to get him, first of all, you need to get some shards of living steel. And you need to farm those in the Helltide. Right now, the Helltide's not open, but that's where you get the living steel from. Once you got enough, and as far as Gregoire is concerned, you're going to want to fight him in Torment, not Nightmare. He does show up in Nightmare, but you want to fight him in Torment. Reason why is because he drops one of the 2 items that you need in order to summon Duriel. The first is the Mucus Egg. You get that from Vashan. The second is the Shard of Agony. You get that from fighting Gregoire in Torment. And Gregoire is found here, just south of Ked Bardu in the Hall of the Penitent. Easy way to do that, just hit that square button, and then that way you got a clear path to it. We're going to just run out here, run out the door, hop on our horse,
I can't do that
and
here.
boogie right on down there. So, Blood Harvest is still a great place to go to fight, especially if you're just leveling up. Although once you're 90 plus like me, it's not all that exciting anymore. And I mean, granted, as we know, uniques can drop from other creatures, even just like the Bloodseekers and stuff. If you fight them, it is part of the random drop, but the percentage is super, super low. So yeah, you could do it. Some people do, and some people do this religiously. They just farm the blood harvests over and over and over and over again, because you know, every time you spin the dice, every time you roll the wheel, there's always that percentage. There's always that chance that something's going to drop something good. I have gotten a few uniques that way. But fighting these big guys, these uber guys, they have a much higher drop percentage. Of course, we're talking like 0.1%, ranging up to 2%. So it's still not a great drop percentage, but it's dramatically better. So, first time I took on Gregoire, he wiped me out in 10 seconds. He's nasty. He's got these lightning grids. It took a couple of matches against him to recognize the patterns, and of course, I found a safe area to kind of fight him, and just like I did with Vashon, and now he's no problem at all. So I'm going to show you what I do. So let's go on in there. Looks like a lot of people are here to farm him today. Of course, once you enter, even though that you saw like there's 5 or 6 players out there, they're not all going to come in here with you. You're going to be alone, okay? Now, just kind of follow the map. I mean, it's not really a big maze or anything like that. There's really not a lot of places to go. I just kind of use the force. They do randomly change the layout of the place a little bit, you know. So you might go one way before and have to go another way the next time, but you'll find them. Just you know, realize there's a couple of there's a few of these penitent dudes, these knights to take out before you get to them. And okay, here we go. So now we're going to go up here. There it is. And then the living steel you're going to have here. I've got a bunch. You need 5 of them, okay, in order to summon them. So I've got 17. I got enough to farm him 3 more times. Now, another thing I always do before I take him on, I always pop a potion, just so I can get a little additional experience. Not that one. That one, look at that, plus 25 on all of my elements. Yeah, no, I'm not wasting that on him. Iron skin, that's, I mean, I'm not really too worried about him. Now that I figured out his pattern, this guy's easy to beat, and I'll show you why. So now the reason I pop a potion is just for the extra XP boost. And light touched altar, so you're gonna hit that, and then you're gonna click summon. I'm gonna drop one of my traps right in here for him to have a nice present when he arrives. Now get as close to the entrance as possible. Sit in this corner. Do not hit those grids. Those will wipe you out. That's what happened to me. I walked out there and I just got annihilated by those energy grids. Now just kind of sit here, and since I've got my attack so high, I'm healing as fast as it hurts me. Okay, so now those thingies, those electrical conduit things. Notice how I got zapped, but it kicked me back, and now I'm out of range. Now it can't hit me. All they can do is he can hit me, but again, he's not hurting me enough to kill me, because I'm healing as fast as he's hitting me. So now he's backing up, and he's got some of his goons trying to take me out, and that's not going to help either. So I'm just sitting right here, just nice and safe. He whacks me, I heal, and yeah, I'm going to be done in no time. And that's it. There he goes. He's dead. How cool is that, right? That was nothing. That was easy. There's another shard of agony and all of his other goodies. Now let's, if I just hit the down arrow, I'm going to teleport right back to Ked Bardu. And then he dropped 1 shard of agony, which we did see. And then he dropped a few other goodies. So let's see what we got today. or at least this run. Garbage, 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 garbage. Another wind force bow. Yep. So, yeah, this... At one time, I thought this was really cool, and it was. When I was in the earlier levels, this was really helpful. This packed a mean punch. But since then, I've got this one. This one's kicking ass. This one's just underpowered compared to the one I've got now. So, yeah, not interested in that. I've saved a couple just in case I come across a player that's like, hey, you know, you got a wind force bow. I'll be like, yo, man, sure, I got one. But other than that, no. So, okay, and that's it. Gregoire's dead. I've got another shard. So, yeah. I'm going to farm him a couple more times, and then after that, my next stop is to take on Duriel. And we'll see how that goes. So, appreciate you tuning in, and happy hunting. Until the next adventure.